we are in the week 6 right now. Today we are in the week 6. Today we will talk about the normative and descriptive models. So, what is normative model? Normative model is belong to the prescriptive analytic. Prescriptive is like someone. If you remember a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about data. There is three types of data. The first one is descriptive, and then predictive, and then the last one is prescriptive. Descriptive is to describe your data. Descriptive is to describe your data, and then predictive is to predict your data, and prescriptive is to give you some advice what you need to do. Okay, there's three types of data: descriptive, predictive, and prescriptive. Descriptive is to describe what is the situation. Predictive is to predict what happened in the future, and prescriptive is to give a solution. So prescriptive also consists of normative models, normative and descriptive. Normative models help decision makers find the best possible choice or solution from all available options. So prescriptive, especially the normative models, they are help you to give the best possible choice, so you can make a better decision. Okay. This process is known as optimization, aiming to first maximize goals achievement with available resources. For example, Amazon optimizes its warehouse operations to deliver maximum packages using the same number of trucks and staff to make sure fast delivery with limited resources. Number two, what is the purpose of the prescriptive models or normative model? Second, maximize the ratio of goal achievement to cost efficiency. So to improve the efficiency. For example, Apple decides which suppliers offer the best quality components or spare parts per dollar spent for iPhone production, ensuring value for money. Okay, so Apple decides which supplier give the best cost, the best price, cheaper cost, so with the best quality. So this is also the purpose of prescriptive analytics. Next one is to minimize resources used while still meeting acceptable goals. For example, Tesla chooses battery suppliers that meet performance standard but at the lowest possible cost, ensuring affordable production. The same case that choose the lower cost but the highest performance, the best quality. When we are making the decision making, we have to assume that we need to assume that our decision is pretty much rational. Okay, so we just make decision. Of course, we would like to get more good things. When we make decision, of course, we would like, most likely people will prefer to make decision for the good things. For example, to make you more satisfied, to make you happier, make more profit, and less bad, of course. Well, I don't know, some people they really choose the bad choices, but well, let's assume that a lot of people just would like to choose the best thing for themselves. All possible options and outcomes are known. Of course, to make a decision, all options, you should have at least 2 options. If you just like, I think it's like once when I learned Mandarin, there is a idiom. It's kind of like, if you would like to buy something, you need to compare with three sellers. So you can pick the best, the best. I think I have the Mandarin. I forget how to say it. Okay. And then decision makers can rank option from the best to worst. Okay, and decision makers can rank option from the best to the worst. Okay. However, our decision always rational, not always. Okay, people make irrational decisions. That's me. At the end of the day, we are just a human. Of course, we somehow we choose the decision or not good, so not so wise decision because of lack of knowledge. But at least after we did a mistake, we learned something. Lack of knowledge, emotional influences. Oh, I also have read a book that don't make any promises or make decisions when you are hungry and angry. So when you are hungry, of course you are like make a rush decision and not so good. When you are angry, of course you will just make a quick decision without think about the consequences. That's so with please when you make a decision, please wait until you are in the relax. I always try to talk to my friends that when you would like to go to the mall and then I would like to buy Christmas shirt, but at the end you would like to buy another things. I just always say, please wait until 1 week. If you still want it, it means that you really want it. If you still really in 1 week, okay, I really still want it, and okay, you can buy it. But if it's like impulsive buying, then not. The last one is because of pressure to decide quickly. Well, for example, some of the things we need a time limit to decide quickly. For example, when you just graduate from senior high school, you need to really decide quickly what university you would like to enroll, or what kind of job. Maybe the job is not really maybe from junior to senior high school, or senior high school maybe to go to university. So you need there is a pressure to decide quickly. Okay, so this is the example. I have a video. Let's check the video.
The concept known as the sunk cost fallacy. Imagine you're going to the store and you're halfway there when you realize, oh wait, the store is actually closed today. But you figure, well, I've already come to the blocks. I might as well just go all the way to the store so that my blocks of walking won't be wasted. Well, just to say transparently silly way reason, and I doubt that any of us would actually go all the way to the store that we knew was closed just because we'd already bought the blocks. But this pattern of thinking is actually surprisingly common. The time and money and effort you've already spent is what we call the sunk cost. And the sunk cost fallacy then means making a choice not based on what outcome you think is going to be the best going forward, but instead based on a desire not to see your past investment go to waste. I want to introduce you to a concept known as the sunk cost fallacy. Imagine you're going to the store and you're halfway there when you realize, oh wait, the store is actually closed today. But you figure, well, I've already come to the blocks. I might as well just go all the way to the store so that my blocks of walking won't be wasted. Well, this is a transparently silly way reason, and I doubt that any of us would actually go all the way to the store that we knew was closed just because we'd already bought the blocks. But this pattern of thinking is actually surprisingly common. The time and money and effort you've already spent is what we call the sunk cost. And the sunk cost fallacy then means making a choice not based on what outcome you think is going to be best going forward, but instead based on a desire not to see your past investment go to waste.
So the video talk about sunk cost fallacy. This is really related when last 2 months, last month or last 2 months. So this video is talk about sunk cost fallacy. So they say that the video say that if you would like to find a shop and then you already work to find it for 10 blocks, but you cannot find it, and you say, oh, but I already here, I already work for 10 blocks, so why just keep looking. And this is, we call it sunk cost fallacy. So a couple, 2 months ago, I went to the, what station? I think it's in the Ta An station of the MRT. And I would like to find Indonesian shop there that I would like to buy some Indonesian groceries. And then, because this is the first time, I don't know where is it. And I'm pretty much bad using the Google Map in my phone. Because usually if I go somewhere, I use my computer to find the location first, and then, okay, I remember, and I go there. But I read that, it is very, the Google Maps said it's very clear, very near. So I walk, and then I cannot find it, but I already there, and then I keep walking, and then it's getting lost. It's getting waste my time, it's getting lost, and then at the end, I walk around like almost 30 minutes, and then I feel tired, and then it's summer, and then I just decided to go back. So it's kind of like somehow, with this, what the relation is, this is sunk cost fallacy, and then irrational decision is very related. It's like it's a common, as already we think that we already invest, spend, but at the end, it doesn't work and just waste our energy. And I ever heard like a Japanese idea. I don't know. Chinese is not here, so I just want to make sure that in Japanese there is a idea that if you take a train and then you notice that it's a wrong station, you need to go up. You need to how to say get off quickly. Otherwise, it's getting away and it's cost a lot more loss. Cost more money, so it's kind of like you're getting lost. So it means that if you're notice that it's wrong, just get off quickly. It also apply to in relationship. If you think that you're suddenly you notice that there's something a red flag in your partner, just try to quick how to say get out from this relationship quickly. Otherwise, it's getting snowballing, and then you cost a lot of time, you cost a lot of emotional damage, something like this one. So this is, we call it some irrational things. We go back. So example, during the 2021 GameStop stock frenzy, many retailers, investors bought stock based on social media hype rather than rational financial analysis. About like, there's no, it's have a Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin, I tried, and then it is just like a more fluctuating than my emotional mood every single day. It's like I don't know how to control the how do you say it, like the up and down. I don't know what their influences, but yeah, there's a lot of people, including me, I buy like Bitcoin because of hype. Because I would like to learn about it again. Anyhow, another example, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola's New Coke is the brand. They launched in the beginning of the industry. It was in 1985. Coca-Cola decided to change its original receipt, launching New Coke because blind taste test showed people prefer a sweeter flavor more like Pepsi. Even though taste results look good, Coca-Cola misjudged how emotionally attached consumer to the original formula. So they misjudged. The backlash was immediate and strong. So within 3 months, they brought back, or they withdraw, or they cancel and then they go back to the original formula as a Coca-Cola Classic. So this is some of the company. They even doing some, how do you say it, blunder. So this is the verse that New Coke, and then it's too sweet. I know it's Coca-Cola sweet, but it was sweeter, and then because of their misjudge, the problem is misjudged. So the company just lost instead of make a profit. Okay, so this is the example. even the big company, they make wrong decision. Okay, so it's another example. Kodak. Kodak, you know Kodak? Kodak is for photography. I don't know, when it's 90s something. When you take a photo, you have to use a roll, like a right, and then you have to put it in the water to breathe, and then in the red dim light. So, but in Kodak make a wrong decision. Take a look.
But then destroyed it. In 1975, a Kodak engineer built the first digital camera, but Kodak feared it would kill their film business, so they ignored it. Years later, digital cameras took over, and Kodak went bankrupt. Never fear innovation. It might save your business. Kodak invented the digital camera, but then destroyed it. In 1975, a Kodak engineer built the first digital camera, but Kodak feared it would kill their film business, so they ignored it. Years later, digital cameras took over.
Okay, so they say that Kodak in 1975 actually they already invented a digital camera, but the Kodak thought that what our strength is about the camera roll, and in our specialties, our how to say trademark, kind of like trademark. When we move the digital camera, it will kill. But again, this company misjudged. So in the end of the day, Canon they invented a digital camera, and people just move the digital camera because when you using the old camera, you need a lot of time to bring it out, and then you need how do you say, you put it in the water, put it in the dim environment. It takes a lot of time. So this is again misjudged because of the innovation. Okay, good. Now it's 9:30. Let's have first our attendance check first. So please scan the QR code for the first hour attendance and make sure you scan successfully. Guys, you can check the attendance in the Tron class. How much you go to the courses and then you go to the attendance and you can see your attendance weekly there. Okay, so please check. I noticed that some students still don't know how to check the attendance in the Tron class. Okay, so please check your own attendance in the Tron class. Okay? Okay, so please make sure that you scan successfully. Let's wait another 1 minute to where your friends are waiting. Okay, good. So I continue. Okay. So we just talked about product that make wrong decision. Okay, they just ignore the digital invention. Okay. Now we're moving forward to the sub-optimization. So this sub-optimization happens when one part of a company makes a decision that's good for them, but not necessarily good for the entire company. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. So they made a decision. It's good for a certain people in the company, But somehow it's not necessarily good for the whole company. For example, Zara. Zara is apparel, selling outfits, selling clothes. Zara's marketing team launches a huge sales promotion. Order flooded, it means that a lot of people would like to buy, but the production team cannot keep up. So delay, frustrate customer, affecting the whole brand. So Zara team's marketing would like to launch a marketing or campaign, has a huge sales, maybe the end year sales. A lot of people would like to buy, but the production team cannot keep up, so delays and make customer dissatisfied. So this is the example of, this is what we call it sub-optimization. Good for another part of the department, but it's not good for the another department or affect another department, like this one. You would like to have a campaign, but you do not, the production team cannot align, so the customer dissatisfied. Okay, we call it this is sub-optimization. So why this is happen? Because every department have their own goal, have their own key performance indicator. So full system analysis is complex and expensive. Somehow situation we cannot read the situation. Sometimes it's very practical to focus only on the part of the problem first. They only solve the problem first. I would like to solve this problem, but you don't know there is another problem behind, in the back. Or after a partner solution is tested, broader impact can be checked. Like COVID-19 vaccine, some of the people say that okay, the vaccine is solved, solve the problem. But actually, vaccine maybe they also have another issue. For example, have another impact to another part of the body. We don't know. So compare this one. Okay? But another example, McDonald's tests a new burger in select cities before launching it worldwide. If test market shows success and no major issue, they roll it out globally. Okay, so McDonald's tests a new burger in select cities before launching it worldwide. If the test market shows success and no major issue, they roll it globally. You know that some part of the region have a different taste. Like, if you notice, commonly say that south part of Taiwan, the food taste is more sweeter, and the north part, including Taipei, is more plain. So when the north people, Taiwan, the north people go to the south, they always think that it's too sweet. But when the south people go to the north, they will think that it's tasteless. So even in the same country, different area have a different preference. I just found that there is a McDonald's in every country is different. Let's take. Okay.
T1 McDonald's in 21 countries. And when it comes to the customizing of the menu in each country, I learned not everything is what you might think.
Please don't bring this to the US.
For example, they have a mixed spaghetti in the Philippines, but you will not find spaghetti in Italy's McDonald's. Rice and pork is super popular in Vietnam, but Indonesia is the most unique menu I've found, with pink buns and a lot of spice. And in some countries like Egypt, they barely do any localization of the menu, because people in Egypt want to have McDonald's to take a break from their local home cooking, so they just want burger and fries.
It was actually one of the most boring menus I saw.
I'm hosting each country here on TikTok, so check them out. I went to 21 McDonald's in 21 countries, and when it comes to the customizing,
They say that even in the even now the McDonald's cannot globalize their menu. Like back in Indonesia, in my country, the McDonald's have you can buy a chicken with a rice, and then we can eat the chicken together with the rice. Only this one. And I found in Taiwan, you just only here is the McDonald's just sell burgers and also chicken without rice, and I pretty much so every time people ask me to go to the McDonald's, I was like, it's not really suit me because I'm Indonesian. So if I do not eat rice, it means that I haven't eaten yet. So rice is very important. And how about in Japan? In Japan, the McDonald's you sell what McDonald's they sell a special menu or something like or burger or chicken without rice with rice. Yeah, what? It's like they only sell the
Japanese McDonald's sometimes sell special menu.
special menu, but mostly they only burgers and chicken. They sell chicken, McDonald's in Japan.
Burger is more than
More burger than more than chicken. How about in Mexico? Do you have a special menu for Mayra? Do you have a special menu? Mayra, do you have a special menu in Mexico?
We have breakfast, different breakfasts.
Different breakfast.
We have
Here-
scrambled eggs, we have hash browns, and sometimes sweet bread.
Sweet bread.
A lot more options.
But the burger is
The burger is bigger than in here.
oh really? It's a burger.
Yeah.
Even the
but all the portions are bigger in Mexico.
even the
Yeah.
how do you say the one we have here around 50 plus 50 I don't know I forget in term. So even the Big Mac is bigger. Big Mac is from right?
Yeah, the portions are bigger.
Bigger. And also why? Because a lot of people like burger. Is it a sell chicken? In McDonald's?
No.
No chicken?
No, chicken.
No. So only KFC sell
Only
chicken.
KFC. Yes.
Ah.
Yes. And we have
Okay.
other difference. I think that's very interesting, and I also seen it on pizzas here.
What pizza?
Because what I say is that in Mexico we have a tendency to have big families. So each couple has at least 2 kids at least. Some others have more. So in here it's different. So every time you go to a restaurant or a fast food place, they will offer you bundles
Family pack. Not like a family pack.
Pizzas are bigger because they are made to be shared with your family.
So actually, your culture is just like a Taiwan. You like to have like a uniting when you're like that. So having meal is very important things.
Super. Interesting, right?
Pizza in McDonald's. Well, just like in Vietnam, they say that they have a spaghetti. Like what? Like anyhow, it's very interesting. Okay, so you cannot globalize something otherwise you come back. So sub-optimization is not always work. So if you test in certain, for example, maybe in Indian McDonald's and then you put it in the Latin America, it doesn't work maybe. So you cannot generalize and globalize everything. You need to be localized somehow. Have a pilot project first. Okay. We're going back to continue the descriptive model. Okay. Descriptive from the word of describe is describe situation as they are without guaranteeing or there's no warranty the best outcome. So it's kind of like frightening. There is no guarantee it is the best outcome. They cannot predict or understand what might happen. For example, simulation. Testing different scenarios in virtual environment. Okay, this is of course in a virtual world, but it cannot be the same with our real world. Okay, using VR totally different. Whether unknown is fun, but it's totally different with a virtual environment. Scenario analysis, exploring possible future events. Cognitive map, visual diagrams showing how different factors are connected. Narratives, telling stories to frame decision and understand the issue. Simulation, for example, Boeing, the airline, this is the type of the manufacturer of the airplane, Boeing, uses simulation to test how new airplane design will perform under different flight conditions before building real planes. Simulation is very important, especially for the in the engineering. However, is there any X factor when they really build it? Of course. Like I know that there's some first launch airplane. They're not successfully implemented. Like I know that it's go back in the 2000 something. There's a Sukhoi. There's another airplane, and then when they launch, they have the first flight, and then they crash. It crashed. Second one is scenario analysis. Shell is like an oil company, fuel company, uses scenario analysis to plan for different energy futures, such as oil shortages or the rise of electric vehicles. Okay, so Shell uses scenario analysis to plan for different energy futures, such as oil shortages or the rise of electric vehicles. This is I have the how to say the video. Okay, so this is the voice is too low, but I think that when Shell they would like to decide a new factory, they need to consider a lot of things. For example, demographic change. And the second one is technological progress, climate change, politics. We cannot make a factory in the conflict area, urbanization, healthcare, economy, transport. I think transport is very important. People behavior, and then people attitude. Okay. So this is somehow the one when you are when I share, they would like to implement or put a new factory. They need I think a lot of factors. Okay. Next one is cognitive math. In a study by Beth et al., managers at Google's YouTube customer service in India utilize cognitive maps to visualize the connection between factors such as employee training, response speed, and customer satisfaction. This helps them identify cause and effect relationships, pinpoint key issues, and make informed decisions to improve service quality. So this is the example of the cognitive map. For example, if we would like to discuss or analyze deeper about ice cream, you have a lot of things you need to consider. For example, when we are talking about creative art, how about the color or the appearance of the ice cream? If you're talking about the science, if we are talking about the mathematics, music movement, how the ice cream selling in the using in a cozy place, social studies about the people behavior. So when we are talking about some topic, we need to be detailed. You need in detail consider a lot of things and then make it more. A lot of factors need to be considered. Okay? So we call it cognitive math. Next one, narrative. Johnson and Johnson. Johnson is like for I think it's for shampoo or for the how do you say soap. Johnson and Johnson during 1982, they have a issue we call it Tylenol crisis. Use storytelling based on its credo. So there's our first responsibility to those who use our product. This is to guide decision and keep teams focused on consumer safety. So this is kind of like they use kind of like a chemical that not friendly to our human body. And then because at that time, maybe when they have in the pilot process, nothing wrong, but when they launched to the people, they found out that this chemical, the ingredient is not good or give impact to our body. And then Johnson and Johnson, they recalled 31 million bottles, helping the company rebuild trust and become model for crisis management. What they did is not only recall, but they give narrative, give explanation or narrative to the consumer, to the world, on apologizing publicly. They say that our first responsibility is to those who use our product. Okay, so they say that okay, we recall, we admit that this is a very dangerous. We admit it. So we would like to take responsibility, and also we do a public apology. Okay. So this is kind of the model, normative versus sub-optimization versus descriptive. So normative or descriptive, they propose is find the best solution or optimization. Sub-optimization just focus on the part of the system, practical shortcut. So you just remember the McDonald's limited market testing. Okay. Descriptive, it is describe reality of their possibility. For example, Boeing flight simulation. Somehow simulation on the simulation, when the implementation we don't know. Maybe there's a lot of factors that influence. Okay. We talk about the make decision. Today we talk about make decision. Somehow it's very hard to make decision. Even me as an adult, you're also an adult, it's hard to make a decision. Somehow, when making a decision, good enough or satisfying. Okay. In real life, decision makers often settle for solution that is good enough. Okay, because we cannot make everything perfect. Perfect is somehow it's impossible. So good enough is enough. Okay. Rather than spending too much time or resources searching for the perfect answer. This approach is called satisficing, a term coined or a term that stated by Herbert Simon in 1977. So what is good enough or satisficing?
Well, you check out every available model, compare all the specs, prices, reviews, and then pick the absolute best one, right? But because of limited time and technical knowledge, we can only pick a few that fit our budgets and basic needs, and then choose one that seems good enough. This is called bounded rationality, which is a concept introduced by Nobel Prize-winning economist and cognitive psychologist Herbert Simon in 1951. It explains how people make decisions when they can't consider every possible option because of limited time, information, and brain power. It shows that while people try to make good decisions, they often settle for good enough because they can't consider every option. Imagine.
Okay, so this is, they call it good enough. Good enough. This is also happen in every our life. Somehow we cannot explain. Like when I first time came to Taiwan, I applied for 3 universities. The first one is National Taiwan University, the best university in Taiwan. I'm overconfident with myself, but it doesn't work that way. And then the second one is National Central University. National Central University in Taiwan. And the third one is National Chengkung University in Taiwan. Is it in Thailand? National Taiwan University did not reply my application. National Central University is rejected my application and it made me depressed. And I was like, okay, this is no way. I cannot go back. I cannot get scholarship. But you know what? Somehow, and then the Chengkung University respond and how do you say it? Accept my application. And I just noticed that NC, National Chengkung University has better ranking than the one that rejected me, not the NDU one. NDU one is like is untouchable. So it's like the NCU just the one that rejected me that made me depressed like for 2 weeks, and then actually it's not the rank is not below that the one that accepted me. So I just think that in the south part the price is cheaper. So as a student, I pretty much can afford I can still survive and during my life at that time. So this is how it's like somehow we really consider a lot of things, but at the end of the day, the decision is like okay, I think I have to admit it. It's a good enough. That's good enough. This is the best maybe that for me, the best for me for now. Somehow you may think this. So you're not really depressed. Because if you have to consider a lot of things, of course, it will never end. They have always a better option. It also apply for in relationship as well. There's always a better option. So why do people satisfy? First, time pressure, because we cannot make, we have to make quick decision because there's a time limitation. Waiting too long reduces the value of the decision. Okay? Complexity. Finding the perfect answer might take too long and be impossible. Cost and benefit. The extra benefits from finding a slightly better solution isn't worth the extra effort. So this is why people finally have to be satisfied. You have to be grateful enough, satisfied enough, because you cannot. There's a lot of factors that make you just make a quick decision. Time, complexity, and cost and benefit. Okay, I will try to explain this later. So maybe we can take a break for 10 minutes, and then we go back 10 minutes later. Okay.